Hello everybody, my name is Marlo and today I'm going to show you how to build this small medieval church in Minecraft. Before we start building, let's go through our materials list first. So the build is mostly made up of stone, as you may have guessed, and primarily it's stone bricks. And if you were to just build it out of stone bricks, these are all of the blocks that you would need. But I'm going to be adding in some texture using some crackstone bricks as well as regular stone. So I would recommend grabbing these as well, but if you just wanted to build out of stone bricks, then you're going to need all of these blocks, 24 stairs and 33 walls. We then have all of our spruce variants just underneath it, and then underneath those we have a couple of dark oak variants that we're going to be using on the inside. We then have 26 red wool and some carpet that's going to be going on the inside floor, and then we have 6 coarse dirt, 6 flower types, 6 chains, 5 lanterns, a lectern and a bell. And then just at the bottom here we have all of these different coloured glass panes, and that's because we're going to be making some stained windows for our church. Now you don't have to get the exact same colours as I have here, but if you want to copy this block for block, then make sure you grab the exact amounts I have in the chest. So this is the shape, size and layout of the church. That gap is actually the front of the build, so just bear that in mind when you're picking a location. But the first blocks we can place down are actually just some stone bricks on top of all of these concrete blocks that I have laid out for you guys. Once you have this shape built up, what we can do is come to the front of the build and on these 2 blocks here, bring them up by 3 more for a total of 1, 2, 3 and 4. We can then do the same thing over here on these 2 spots in the corner, and what we can do for these 2 is place a temporary block and then place another one inwards on those 2, just like that, with 1 more in the center here to make this shape. We can do a similar thing around the front, but we're going to fill it in a little bit more. So we'll start off with a line of 3 going across from one to the other, another 3 on top, and then 1 more at the very highest point there. At the front here, we're going to grab 2 stone brick stairs and place them in upside down on the corners there to make a little bit of an arch. And then we can move around to the sides, and 1 block up here, we're going to have 3 upside down stairs, leaving a 3 block gap that will eventually become a window. Same again over on this side. And then just beside this stone pillar, we're going to have 1 more on top of this block with a stair facing forwards. And then once again, same over on this side too. We're going to place in some stone brick walls on top of these 5 blocks here, and then do the same just behind it like so. We can then grab our spruce stairs and start filling in our roof. So we're going to have 3 on top of the upside down stone bricks, and then 3 more just above it. Same again over on this side, and then finally in the middle we can have 3 slabs just like that. On these 2 corners round the back of the build, we're going to bring them up by 5 more blocks for a total of 6. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. And then we're going to basically copy what we've done here by placing in a temporary block and then another one on top, and then so on and so forth until they eventually meet in the middle like so. We can do a very similar thing round just behind this stair here, so we want to bring these up by 5 once again on both of those sides, just like so. And instead of just placing in temporary blocks underneath them, we're actually going to place in some stone brick stairs, so they should be facing upwards, not upside down like that. We want them facing this way. So we're going to place a stair and then a full block on top of it, a stair once again and another full block on top of those, and then we can have a regular full block in the middle here with 1 more on top. Looks a little bit weird at the moment, but do bear with me. Round the back of the build now, we want to grab our stone brick stairs and get rid of these 4 blocks on the floor and replace them with some upright stairs. These basically mark where our windows are going to go. And then this center block can be brought up all the way until we reach the block above, just like that. And then we're going to have 2 more just like this on either side. And that is the shape of our windows round the back of the church. We can then move round to the sides here, and then 2 blocks in, so 1, 2 and this 3rd one can be broken in replace of a stair. Leave a gap of 1 and do the same again, and just copy that over to the other side as well. So 1, 2 inwards, the 3rd one stair, leave a gap and another stair. Those once again are going to mark the windows. As for filling in this area, we want to place a full block underneath every single stair, as well as 1 more in the center here. And then basically just place another block on these stone bricks that are back by 1 block, just to make it flush with the rest of the wall. So that's 4 here on either side, and then these 3 in the middle. We can then move round to the sides here, and on one block below this top one here, have a line going all the way across, and then just bring this middle block up, as well as the two here on either side. And then of course we can do the same round the other side too. Now we can fill in this roof similar to how we did this one, starting off with our stone brick walls, so there should be 7 on either side just like this, not forgetting round the back as well. And then we can grab our spruce stairs, and we want to have a line going across these stone bricks and then another line going across the next level, but then we're just going to have one here and one here and leave this 3 block gap open. We can very quickly do the same around this side too. And then the finishing touch is going to be a slab here and another one here. This is going to become a tower, which we're going to build right now. So we're going to start off with 3 stone bricks here, either side of the stairs, and then we're going to grab a spruce trapdoor and just place one in the middle of those blocks on both of the 2 sides. We can then have a stone brick stair just above that trapdoor with 2 full blocks either side of it, like so. On these 2 blocks here, just beside the slab, we're just going to have 2 full blocks, and then on top of these 4 corners right here, we're going to have a stone brick wall. On top of all of them, we can have a spruce slab, and in the middle of those slabs, we're going to have ourselves a stair, just like that on all 4 sides. And then very finally, spruce plank in the middle here, spruce trapdoor on top, and then to complete our tower, we're going to need a bell in the middle. So that is the general shape of the church done. We're now ready to start focusing on the more detailed parts, starting round the front of the build here. We're going to have 2 stone brick walls on those bottom blocks with 2 spruce fences above them. On top of the fences, we're going to have a spruce stair facing outwards, and then behind that we're going to have an upside down spruce stair. We're going to have a spruce trapdoor in the middle, as well as 2 more on top of both of the upside down stairs with a slab in the center, just to make that arch shape above our doorway, which is the next thing we're going to build. So we want to come to this block right here, so just where the window starts, you should be able to look up and see the stone brick above you. We can then step inside for this next part, because we're basically going to cover this spruce door up with spruce trapdoors and flick them all upwards, just to make this door look like a larger door from the outside. We're now going to do another shape similar to this one, but it's going to be larger and round the back of the church here. So we're going to have a stone brick wall on either corner with 1 in the center. This center one can have 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 spruce fences above it, but the 2 on the corners just need 4, like that. On top of the outer fences, we're once again going to have a spruce stair with an upside down one, just like so. So spruce stair and then an upside down. In front of them, we're going to have a spruce trapdoor with 1 on top on both of the sides, and then a line of 3 slabs in the middle. As for detailing the sides here, we're going to have 3 spruce trapdoors just next to our windows here, and make sure you flick them downwards just like that. We're then going to have a spruce fence on this block here at the very top in the middle with a chain underneath and then a lantern hanging down like that. We can then grab 4 spruce buttons and place 1 here, another here, drop down a couple of blocks and place 2 more on those spots. So it should be looking like this. And then we can come to this window here, and just in front of it have 3 coarse dirt or regular dirt or grass, whatever you want, because it's going to be a flower bed. So as long as you can place some flowers on, or berries maybe, it's entirely up to you, but just make a little bit of a flower bed there in front of that window. And that is one side done. Aside from the windows, you can copy it round to this side too. So now we can start placing in some of our stained glass panes, and what we're going to do first of all is come to where we have our flower beds just beside our doors and place in 6 white stained glass panes like that. Super simple. As for the back window here, we're going to be making a mural of sorts, almost pixel art like. So we're going to start on the bottom here with 2 brown stained glasses on either side. Next up, we're going to have green above it, and then on the outer block we're going to have a white stained glass pane, and then above it and beside light blue, just like that, and then finally 4 yellow stained glass panes in the center. So this is meant to be trees. We have a cloud, the sky, and then the sun. It's a bit of a push, but I think it looks pretty cool. As for these 4 windows here, it doesn't really matter what type of colors you use, but assuming you have the same as mine, what we're going to do here is on one of them, it doesn't honestly matter where you start, but we're going to have a orange stained glass pane and then 2 light blue above it. On the one next to it, we're going to have a cyan in the middle with 2 light grey above and below. And then opposite our light grey one here, we're going to have an orange at the top and then 2 grey stained glass panes below it. And then to the side of that one, we're going to have red in the middle and purple above and below. So that is the exterior of the build all done, with the exception of adding in texture using our cracked stone bricks and regular stone. And basically all I'm doing here is just switching out some of the blocks for cracked and some of the blocks for stone. There's no real rhyme or reason to it. You can do it as much or as little as you want. It's entirely up to you. It's just to make the build look a little bit weathered. So once you got all that done, we're now ready to head inside and start work on the interior. First things first, inside of here, we need to work on the ceiling, because right now it does not look great. So the first thing we're going to do is have a line of upside down spruce stairs on this level, as well as the one just above. Of course, we can do that for this side too. And then once we've got those placed down, we're going to switch over to our spruce planks and just have a line of 5 across the top. We are going to be covering up our bell tower, but if you want to, you could leave it open like that, but I think I'm going to close mine up. And then on this block here, we're going to have a chain as well as this one here with a lantern hanging down from below to provide a little bit of light inside. On this shape right here with our archway at the front, we're going to go ahead and get rid of these 2 stone blocks and replace them with a line of 3 upside down stairs. We're also going to have 2 more upside down stairs on those 2 stone blocks and then have 3 stairs facing forwards like this so that the front 2 here wrap round and curve to the side just a little bit. And then what we can do is have 1, 2, 3, and 4 spruce planks, and then a final stair on that block, which should curve the corners round like so. And then finally, a lantern on this first plank here, just in front of the doorway. We're going to place down our furniture before we fill in the floor with the red wool, just to save on resources a little bit. So the first thing we're going to do in the center of our windows here is place 2 dark oak stairs, leave a gap of 1 and then place 2 more, leave another gap of 1 and then place 4 more just like this to make some nice pews for your guests to sit on, or whatever's going on in this church, you got some places to sit down. And then what we're going to do, just in front of our mural here in the center, have 2 full dark oak planks with 2 dark oak stairs either side of it to get up to this little podium where we're going to have a lectern in the middle here for the preacher or whoever to stand at and talk to the people sat in the pews. And then just in front of the lectern here, we're going to have a dark oak trapdoor. And yes, mine does look a little bit different. Yours should look virtually the same though. This is just part of my custom resource pack. And now you can grab your red wool and use it to replace all of the blocks on the floor. The very final thing to do here on our floor is place down our carpet, and we're doing this to add a tiny bit of depth and makes it look a little bit more like, well, a carpet. So it doesn't really matter how you place these down, but if you want to do it in the same way that I'm going to here, look closely and follow along. So we're going to have 1 here to start off with in the middle of the pews, 2, 3, and then 4. And then we're going to come to this back left corner and have 5, 6, 7, and then 8. And then over here, just right of this stair, 9, 10, and 11. So there we go, everybody. That is the tutorial for the small medieval church all done. I really hope this has helped you out and that you enjoyed watching. Thank you very much for doing that, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.